Apologies for the delay. We were supposed to have had it about some 2-3 hours earlier. Circumstances beyond our control. But thank God we are here. My fellow Deputy Minister, Sylvester, my coordinating director, and the other directors who are here, ladies and gentlemen, friends of the media. I have the honor to welcome you all to Accra on this special occasion of the 45th Ordinary Session of the Executive Council, and by extension to the 6th Media Coordination Meetings of the African Union and the Regional Economic Communities. It may be recalled that the 37th Ordinary Session of the Assembly of Heads of States and Government of the African Union, held from the 17th to 18th February 2024 in Addis Ababa, approved for the Republic of Ghana to host the African Union mid-year meetings in July 2024. Consequently, the Government of the Republic of Ghana, under the auspices of His Excellency the President of the Republic, is scheduled to host the 45th Ordinary Session of the Executive Council and the 6th Media Coordinating Meetings of the African Union at the Accra International Conference Center from 18th to 21st July 2024. A National Planning Committee was constituted to oversee the preparations of the necessary logistical arrangements for the meetings. The committee became operational in April 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, it may be further recalled that it has been 17 long years since the Republic of Ghana had the privilege to host the African Union Summit in Accra under the able leadership of Ghana's former President John Agyekum Kufuor, and that was in 2007. At that time, our current President, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, was then the Foreign Minister when Ghana had the distinct honor of hosting the AU Summit of Heads of States. That summit shaped the trajectory of our union and served as a reminder of the progress we have made as a continent and the challenges we have overcome. Tomorrow, the 45th Ordinary Session of the Executive Council will commence at the Accra International Conference Center. The Executive Council meeting will last for 2 days and will be followed by the 6 media coordination meetings of the African Union on Sunday, the 21st July 2024 at the same venue. It is important to highlight that the African Union's theme for this year 2024 is as follows: educate an African fit for the 21st century, building resilient education systems for increased access to inclusive, lifelong, quality and relevant learning in Africa. The upcoming African Union Media Coordinating Meeting will assess the progress of the continental integration agenda and evaluate the efficiency of the harmonization of policies between the African Union and the regional economic communities. The meeting is also crucial in enhancing the coordination of the implementation of a clear division of labor and effective collaboration between the African Union, regional economic communities, regional mechanisms, and member states to rally on the principle of subsidiarity, complementarity, and comparative advantage. It is our fervent hope that through this event, the Republic of Ghana will once again demonstrate its commitment to the acceleration of the integration agenda of the continent and also help to promote continental unity. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your kind attention.
diplomats don't talk for long, so he's exhibited that. And like I told you, it's not going to last for more than 30 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that you heard the Deputy Minister for Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration having outlined the program from 18 to 22nd, 2024, July here in Accra. Now ask or give permission to the media to ask questions. I believe that he laid a very good background where we are coming from. The 37th General Assembly meeting of Head of State gave birth to this particular program to be held here in Accra. So we now give opportunity to the media to ask any further questions. I think that the Minister, if you could repeat the theme for that would be very good for us. I didn't get that. But if you have a question, you can raise up your hand and ask. Yes, sir. Please your name and then the media house.
Yes, thank you very much. My name is John Awuni. I represent Kesben Television. I didn't hear anything about security arrangements because I know from Minister, tomorrow the whole of Africa is going to be Minister, in Ghana.
He's asking a question.
Security arrangements ahead of the convergence of the heads of states in Ghana, because it's going to be like the whole of Africa is going to be in Ghana. So I just wanted to know the security arrangements ahead of their arrival, and then the programs that will be lined up for the AU summit. Thank you.
Yes.
My name is Joseph Armstrong. I'm with TV3. So just a follow-up question to what Awuni asked. I was also thinking we're going to have maybe the security agencies here, like the MTTD, to explain to us how the traffic situation is going to be like, because it looks like people are already in town. Since morning, they've been heavy traffic in town. So if they could tell us that, so let's say from the region about to the let's say National Theatre, the road will be blocked for traffic, or some detailed explanation to ensure that commuters are well in the known, so that they don't come in and get themselves involved in a traffic they've not planned for. Thank you.
Yes. Any other question? Or Minister will take these two questions, or about the security arrangement ahead of the summit. Minister, two questions.
Thank you. Let me get a proper understanding. First one, both questions have to do with security arrangements. Looking at the number of dignitaries, yes, looking at the number of dignitaries who will be coming to town, their security, and then the traffic management and arrangements. I think what we are doing is not reinventing the wheel. We have, in the last couple of years, been organizing summit meetings, conferences of a similar nature. And if you recall, especially when, especially during the time that our president happened to be the ECOWAS chairpersons, we had more than 7 of a similar meetings of heads of states and heads of governments coming to town. So I would say for us in Ghana and the planning committee, we have a fairly good knowledge and know-how of how to do these things. So security arrangements, everything is in place. We have assigned security personnel, the involvement of the military, the police, and the other security units are all alert. Be assigned to the various presidents and the various details who will be coming to town. So with the experience that we have on our side, I can assure you that everything is in the bag, and then we will be able to rise up to the occasion. Our military personnel have exhibited professionalism in the last couple of years when they've handled similar situations. So I can assure Ghanaians that everything is under control, and I'm sure we will be able to rise up to the occasion. This particular meeting is not of such a very heavy level that involves the whole of AU. Even though when you hear the name, it's AU coming to Ghana, but it's not at the very highest level. So there will be heads of states and heads of governments attending, but it is not the whole AU organization that is actually coming to town. It is only the heads of states or heads of governments who will be coming. The commission and the other array of officers and staff who work at the AU, maybe probably numbering about 1,000, are not coming to town. It's a skeletal staff that will be here for the various meetings and side meetings, and then the presidents who will be here. So I can assure you that we'll put all arrangements in place and we'll definitely be up to the task from tomorrow, especially when we have the foreign ministers being in town and the subsequent days when we have the presidents actually have in town. That assurance I can give you, that we will rise up to the occasion. We won't disgrace Ghana. We will really honor Ghana.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Let me also add that, if necessary, the MTTD will put some announcement out for the public to follow with respect to closure of roads if there need be. But I doubt if there will be any road to be closed, as it were. Otherwise, we would have been informed by now. So I doubt if you are going to close any of our major streets. Any other question? Yes, sir. Please, we are listening to you.
My name is Akokraba. I work with EIB Network as a FM. Minister, I want to find out from you, there are some African countries that are under the AU which are currently experiencing military takeover. Is it going to be part of your discussion that you would probably bring a panacea to this development within the African continent? Thank you.
Any other question? Yes, sir.
Yes, good afternoon, Honorable Minister. Can you give us highlights of the agenda for the day, the main theme for discussion for the day, and what they intend to achieve out of the discussions?
Taking the last one, or that will be it after we bring the curtains. Okay, Minister, two questions. One is about whether we are, the matters of insurgency in some countries, whether it's part of the discussion, and what are the main highlights of this summit?
Thank you. I do recognize that Africa, whenever you start talking of Africa lately, the issue of peace and security and unconstitutional changes in government do come up. It's become so topical that everybody seems to be very interested in that. Fortunately or unfortunately, the meeting that we are having is not going to deal with such matters. It is a media review. Its focus is on purely administrative matters. So even though some persons might want that whenever there is the opportunity, we delve into these topical issues. Unfortunately, that is not what we are purposed to do in the days to come. And as I mentioned earlier on, what this media coordinating meeting is to assess the progress of the continental integration agenda and evaluate the efficiency of the harmonization of policies between the African Union and the regional economic communities. That is where we are. So we are not really going to dwell on the unconstitutional changes or the peace and security challenges that we are going through. But like I said, AU, ECOWAS, whatever, all these matters are very, very much alive anytime that we meet. But it is not what we will always be discussing or talking about. The media review is not going to go into that tangent. There will be the proper forum when the AU meets in February. That is when they look at the whole gamut of issues that we are facing, and more especially on the issues of peace and security. So, but for now, this one, media review, we are not going to go there. We are restricting ourselves to the administrative matters. Money matters, administrative issues, if there are news for reforms, or if things are going right or not going right with the structure and the administrativeness of the AU, that is where the focus will be. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister and the team from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration. We want to thank you sincerely, ladies and gentlemen of the press, for having to attend this at a very short invitation. We thank you sincerely. We thank GBC. And of course, let me also announce that this press conference is live, is being carried live, and then it can be repeated on our social media handles. And we thank GBC for doing us the honors for carrying out this presser live. We thank you, the Chief Director of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and we thank you. Thank you very much. We're grateful. We're done.